Volunteers of America is the roof and walls to help people weather life's storm, because homelessness does not need to be a life sentence.
Permanent supportive housing, we run about somewhere between about 92% success rate in stably housing people there. And then there's the VETS program. Hope House, last year we were running about 40-some% success rate in terms of housing the women coming through, which for a shelter is extremely high. Down at SSVF, we house about 200 individuals a year.
Volunteers of America, with your programs, are pulling 450 people from the streets and helping improve their life.
Yeah. It's a good day.
Probably the one program that most people recognize is Crosswalk, which is our shelter for under 18. But it's more than just a shelter. It's a drop-in center, it's a school, it's a place for young people to come and try to reclaim their lives. And we have our Aston Black apartments, which is also for young moms, but that age starts at 18. We also do Alexandria's House, which is our maternity group home for young moms, as I call it, babies having babies.
Alexandria's House is one of 2 maternity homes here in Washington, and we have 5 girls, either pregnant or little ones, and they're all teen moms.
Volunteers of America is going to continue to be the answer to people's worst day. So we're going to answer the call in the middle of the night when a veteran who's spent 10 years living on the streets or living in the woods calls his case manager and says, "I don't know how to sleep in this bed." They're going to show up and they're going to build a bed of twigs under an open window to help that man realize that that's his home and he can be safe there until he can find his bed. And we're going to keep being there for the 20-year-old who grew up on the streets and doesn't know anything other than being homeless, who, when she moves into her apartment, refuses to unpack her backpack because she's sure that this is a short-lived game. And we are going to celebrate wildly when she hangs a picture on her wall, because we know then that she's accepted, that she's worthy, and she deserves a place of refuge. And we are going to show up for every under-resourced person in Spokane so that they can show each of us their strength and resiliency